first time this has ever happened at the Asian Games. Esports is here, and PES is one of those esports alongside Arena of Valor, Clash Royale, League of Legends, StarCraft 2 and Hearthstone as well. And it has been whittled down to the pre-tournament favourites, you'd have to say, Japan, with Naoki Sugimura at the helm, and Tsubasa as well there. And alongside them, they are, or up against them, they will be going up against the two from Iran.
And potentially the decider. And we can see Arsenal are already first choice for both Iran and Japan.
And have we? We've never seen Tsubasa Ayara. It's always been a Naoki for this game, but we've seen Hassan Pajani, and he's performed pretty well as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, they came through their group in first position, in a strong position,
unscathed.
But yeah, he's versatile, isn't he? That's the danger really when it comes to Sophia. He won't mind playing with Barcelona, obviously.
Interestingly, he's gone with a 4-4-2 here.
Unless he changes it.
Unless he changes it at the last minute. Because he's used predominantly a 4-3-3. I think he's got two formations in the pipeline that he may switch between the two as the game gets underway.
Now we know we've got people watching in Europe right now, in North America, in South America as well. Hello to everyone, but it's prime time right now in Asia, here at the Asian Games, as you'd expect. So there will be loads of you watching from Japan, all cheering on this Japanese team made up of Tsubasa Ayara and Naoki Sugimura.
And they've done an absolutely sensational job, you'd have to say, because sometimes you can go into a tournament, a massive event like this, be the favourite, all the pressure on your shoulders, all the...
When it comes to esports at the Asian Games and football, soccer, call it what you will.
Absolutely.
It's remarkable.
It's a common language as soon as the referee blows the first whistle, though, isn't it? As Arsenal get us underway, of course, being controlled by Hassan Pajani from Iran. And these two players are vastly different in their country's expectations as the ball gets played through. First real chance, and wow, we have potentially a real upset, and Iran take the lead in just 4 minutes, Andy.
Well, that is just the start that they wanted. Alexandre Lacazette and Arsenal helping Iran to an early lead against Japan and Barcelona.
We were saying how professional and focused Sugimura has been, but now we're going to see it really tested because he has fallen behind. Usually he's the player to go in front in the first 5 minutes, and then the other team are constantly sort of trying to get back into the match. Well, he's going to have to do exactly that now because he does find himself behind. And what I was saying before the game, the goal actually went in, is the two countries' expectations almost are completely different. When interviewed before the tournament, Hassan Pajani said that when he told people that he was here, you know, there wasn't quite the same you know, euphoria about it, whereas when they interviewed Sophia, as he's also known,
Lacazette under pressure out wide. Kolasinac again, running rings around Dembele.
It's a really bright start from Iran, and he's almost got a second there. Just couldn't quite get the... He is able to get out of this game unscathed. He possibly... Well, Iran can choose Barcelona in the next game as well, and that would be a real chance, but we have a second goal here, and this is a real story, Andy.
Henrik Mkhitaryan and Arsenal are 2-0 up. Iran are 2-0 up against Japan.
And there is an Iranian fan there with a massive flag showing his support. Lovely to see. And, well, a goal worthy of winning any final. It's only the first game of 3, though, potentially. So we're not going to go gung-ho about this 2-0 performance so far.
No, and he might not even win Hassan Pajani. And yeah, that is it. So a bit of a surprise, let's be honest. 2-0 to Iran against Japan at the interval.
A clinical goal. Defensively, he's been so, you know, he's been absolutely watertight at the back, and it's just a breath of fresh air to watch here. And as you said earlier, this is a real story potentially happening before our very eyes here in the final of the Asian Games PES tournament here, this demonstration event. And the gold medal is up for grabs. And at this moment in time, Iran have a very strong possibility of going into that second game 1-0 up out of the 3. Of course, we know the ability that Naoki Sugimura has, and he can get back into this match, absolutely. But what will concern him is he hasn't created a single chance.
It shows the pressure is on, definitely, for Japan's leading player.
I mean, this game now is really on a knife edge, because if we could get a third Arsenal goal or a 2-1, it would be completely different, and that's exactly what's happened. And it's a goal back in, a route back in for the man from Japan, and that's why, as
Paulinho shrugging off the challenge from Xhaka. Now Suarez, Dembele!
Oh, big chance.
Only just wide.
Once again, it's one of those that you don't think, oh, how has he not scored? But it is certainly, for a player of this calibre, you'd expect him to at least get it on target in Test Petacek. It has gone the wrong side of the post. It might even come here as Philippe Coutinho is joined in the centre by Luis Suarez, Lionel Messi, Dembele, of course, who picks it up here. Finds Coutinho again on the turn, across the face. Somehow it's not been turned home at the back post.
Well, this really has changed around from the time spent on the break by Japan. And they're on the attack now, and it's wide from Coutinho in search of his second goal, the equaliser.
How many more chances going to come and go here for Barcelona? Again, you'd expect that to be on target at least, and he's certainly done his country proud. Hassan Pajani has to have all of the players here. Oh, he's at the post. Oh, what a chance to win it. Oh, devastation, surely.
Inches away from sealing victory, we have to say, with a 3-goal.
He's got another chance.
Advantage.
It's wonderful.
Oh, yes! A brilliant goal from Aubameyang, a brilliant goal for Arsenal, and Iran are 3-1 up on Japan with just 15 minutes of game time left. Surely they have taken a 1-0 lead in this final.
Wow, wow, wow. History being potentially made here, and a shock on the cards, you'd have to say, because we're not doubting Hassan Pajani's sheer quality, but what we are saying is that he has to be, due to Sugimura's experience in massive tournaments, you'd have to say he was the underdog on the day, and he's come out of the traps. He went 2-0 in front, he conceded, but he's got that 2-goal cushion, and as you said, now we're in a position, he's got a 2-goal cushion and only 10-15 minutes to play, and it's very difficult. We are now going to see something truly special if Sofia is able to get back into this match.
Yeah, and he's straight away, the Japanese making changes, as he did right at the start of the second period when they were Japan 2-0 down. It worked because almost immediately he got that 1 goal back. The problem is he doesn't just need 1 goal again now, he needs another one as well, and time is running out. You have to say that. I do not expect
Look at this
Japan
rear guard now from
in.
Arsenal as well. The back 6 there, and Mesut Ozil making up almost a back 7 inside the half. And he's obviously being replaced by Aaron Ramsey, who's going to breathe a bit of fresh legs there in that midfield.
Have the lead over Japan, but this has been such a belting first match. I just hope the next one is as good as this. As Suarez hits the post again. Woodwork once again.
What's a guy got to do? He's got another chance. It's Luis Suarez. He's put it wide, and that surely will be the last attack of the match.
Wow, what an end to this clash between Iran and Japan. Suarez just can't find the net.
I mean, he's got to hope in the next game his luck is
to Arsenal and to Iran, more to the point. 3-1 their victory over Japan. That is a big surprise.
Wow, wow, wow. We have got potentially a huge...
Barcelona, I assume, will be part of this.
Possibly, versus maybe
Iran Arsenal. Have gone Liverpool.
Oh, well, there you go. They've seen enough from the opening game. They weren't happy. We're going to go to a coin toss to see who is going to be Liverpool, and then they may choose Arsenal as a secondary team if they were to lose this. Coin toss Japan. It has gone with Japan, so they can choose Liverpool, which means that...
Barcelona. It is Barcelona then. Another battle involving Barca. Iran will be Barcelona. Liverpool are the team selected and given to Japan after the toss of the coin. Bit of good, hasn't it?
I think it's hard to say. It depends on the personality of the player. I mean, he seems to be fairly ice cool, but then you saw some real emotion after losing that, and you'd have to say if you're ice cool, you're happy to take that focus away. If you're an emotional sort of person, you'd want to get back on the horse straight away and go back into that second game. So it really depends on the day how he's feeling. But as we've said, now it is just as important that we get a good performance from Tsubasa Ayara, and we have said he does have the talent to do that. But he's got to create his own history here, hasn't he? Create his own experience, because he doesn't quite have that compared to his teammate. And what an event to do it in, creating history for your country.
Dembele, Suarez and Coutinho up top for Barcelona, but fairly narrow through the middle, and then tight at the back as well for the Iranian team.
I'm also trying to remember back to that first game. I believe that Naoki Sugimura went with the 4-4-2, didn't we? And I was confused as to why, when he won every game with the 4-3-3, and they've reverted to the 4-3-3. It seems strange that he went with the 4-4-2. It didn't work on the day. I know he changed it partway through the game, but in terms of formation and substitutions, but certainly out from the offset, you'd think he would go with the 4-3-3 that he's been so successful with today.
These tweaks could be the difference between a decider or Japan crashing out, and a 2-0 success for Iran.
And a gold medal at the Asian Games, the first ever. They were quizzed beforehand, and they both said they felt like brothers, warrior, Ronaldinho-like, you know. And is that team spirit really gonna, you know, hit home here for a 2-0 victory? Of course, hindsight will tell us that when we find out after this game.
Oxlade-Chamberlain to Firmino. Firmino inside the box, and
Dream
it's
start.
a dream start
Dream
for
start.
Japan. 1-0.
Well. How can you defend this, Andy? What could they have done better? Is there anything they could have done?
Well, they had two bodies. They had PK right there and Alba as well, I think. So
I think it was that part that we've just seen there, as Oxlade-Chamberlain got the ball and turned, and the midfield player, I can't quite see from here who it was, but he tried to go with him and just got completely done on the turn, and he needed to stay far tighter and try and...
All change now for the Iranian team of Reza and Hassan.
So what have they seen? What are they not happy with? They're making a instant change, it looks like. In the final.
Henderson to take. Rakitic heading away. Salah back to Henderson. The header from Van Dijk.
In there to dictate play in and around the sort of the number 10, the cam roll, as you will. Still, even though that's probably the correct position to put him in, he's been unable to really get into the game, and it's 2-0, and Japan have taken an unassailable lead here. Surely you feel now, with the professionalism of these two. Certainly, we said it was a chance for, of course, Tsubasa Ayara to really rouse his fellow teammate and bring him out of the despair, you'd have to say, after that first game, because he thought he was going to go and win that and give them the platform to go and get goal. And, well, he's done his job, hasn't he, the teammate here? He's managed to, you know, get this 2-0 victory.
It's back with Liverpool and Japan. Chan, who's had a good match, I have to say. He's been on the ball a lot. Salah now to Mane!
Oh, the first game, isn't it? It felt fairly comfortable for Hassan Pajani in that first game, whereas now it seems fairly comfortable for Naoki Sugimura and Tsubasa Ayara.
But I do like the fact that we are heading for the decider, because if there's a gold medal
penalties in the third.
If there's a gold medal on the line, then it needs to be
2020, the penalty shootout.
Liverpool against Arsenal.
Now River Plate Colo-Colo. Luis Suarez finds Lionel Messi into the area, right foot shot, good save. That was a chance. And yeah, they're just going to tick down the clock. I mean, this game has been pretty much, after that one missed opportunity from Lionel Messi there on around the 60-minute mark, we haven't seen too much from Iran. And it looks like we are destined for a third game playoff here. And yeah, you'd have to say, on the balance of the two games, a deserved third game playoff, really. Because you can't say that Japan were hard done by in that first game. You know, Hassan Pajani was brilliant in that first game. Equally, you'd have to say the Japanese pair in this game have been far the better of the two. And
Barcelona haven't even gone close, have they?
No, they had that one chance, like I said, on 60 minutes that Messi, and it was, you know, it wasn't a bad miss, it was a good save in the end. I don't think there's too much he could have done.
As a decider, unless we see two dramatic goals from Barcelona that aren't going to come, surely.
No, I can only see a third for Liverpool if we're going to get another goal, and it's Oxlade-Chamberlain on the counter-attack. He's got away from Jordi Alba, surely three. Great save from ter Stegen, but he took too long to pull the trigger.
Almost time up in this second match of the gold medal final at the Asian Games, as far as Pro Evo is concerned. Deja vu, Coutinho.
Headed out, I thought it was going to go back out for a corner again. Surely the last action of the game. It has finished 2-0 to Liverpool, 2-0 to Japan, and crucially 1-1 over the two games.
And we know, yeah, Liverpool-Arsenal, I did say that that would probably be.
You can only now watch and possibly give a few words of advice for, you know, this sort of stuff, the formation, the substitutions, you know, timing of those individual elements of the game. And encouragement as well, like if we get a goal, I'm sure they'll be there to celebrate with their teammate. But crucially, there is nothing they can do in terms of that game. They have to now allow their teammate to either win it or still very respectably come home with the silver medal. Is everyone a winner here?
You are if you finish in the top three.
You'd have to say getting a medal here at the Asian Games, first ever esports tournament for PES, you'd have to say that takes a very good day's work, that's for sure. It's probably more than a day's work, to be honest, because they've qualified for months for this, and they've practiced for, some of them, 15 years they've been playing the game. So yeah, all comes down to this now, and we are seconds from kickoff. Will it be Reza of Iran or Tsubasa, sorry, from Japan? That is the question, and the answer will come in 90 game minutes, plus extra time and penalties if it goes that far.
Hopefully.
We haven't seen one today. It would be the sort of drama that is heartbreak to lose, but euphoric to win.
I just noticed that Hassan has actually moved quite far away from Reza. It's almost like he doesn't want to be too close because he can't really watch because he's going to be so nervous.
Well, you said earlier in a penalty shootout that you're the person to watch.
Decider. Iran in action as Liverpool and Arsenal are the team that have been picked by Japan.
First ever Asian Games tournament for PES, for their respective countries as it's played in towards, of course, East Asia for Japan. 45 different countries that could have registered players for this tournament. And Lacazette burns away from the defender, plays it across, surely Mkhitaryan, he's hit the post. It looked easier to score, and that was a massive chance for Japan.
I'm not sure how he missed that. You're absolutely right. It did look easier to score. Lacazette, Aubameyang!
Well, he's knocking on the door here, Tsubasa Ayara, but I mean, first of all, when the ball came through here, it looked like the shot was on. This is actually the replay of the chance we just saw, but the
Lacazette to Aubameyang.
Oh, a lovely turn.
He's on here. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Arsenal, and it's not finished off. Good goalkeeping from Karius, using his feet to deny Arsenal and Japan.
Does that go down as a fantastic sprawling save there from the Liverpool number one? Well, to me, it looked like a great save.
Lacazette to Aubameyang, saved again. You're on the run, even as a great attacker, you lose a bit of pace, which gives you less time really to find out what you want to do in terms of the shot. Here's Firmino!
Oh, sucker punch! Absolute sucker punch from Reza there for Iran. And just what we said, you know, wasted opportunities potentially for Japan. And right down the other end, Firmino doing what Aubameyang couldn't do. And it's 1-0 Iran.
Yeah, so most of the chances, although not concrete in this match by any means, had come from Arsenal, from Japan. There was barely anything up at the other end troubling Petr Cech from Liverpool and from Iran, but they've taken their chance now with around 10 minutes of game time to go before half-time, and that's a great goal from Reza and from Firmino.
And Iran now are just over 45 game minutes away from a gold medal here, the first ever at the Asian Games for esports. PES
take that corner short. It won't be a short one from Özil. Mustafi with the header.
Oh, we've got an equaliser.
That's a great header. Lasinac to Aubameyang. A nice turn from Aubameyang, who gets the ball back from Lacazette. Really good work between those two, a great understanding. Here's Aubameyang. Lacazette is still with him. Aubameyang choosing to go alone.
He doesn't need anyone. Still going. He's still going. He's still going. He scored after going past 4 different players, unable to take the ball off him. And what a performance from the young man.
It was like it was magnetised to his foot. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, that is a crucial goal. As we get deeper into the second half, Japan and Arsenal have a 2-1 lead over Iran and Liverpool, and they're wondering, Klein and Van Dijk, and also Reza and Hassan just behind him. What happened there? How was Aubameyang able to just keep hold of the ball?
Yeah, absolutely. The jury will be out on that one, and the inquest will begin, as he was allowed to skip past 4 challenges. We kept saying he's got support in the middle. He might not use them. He's still got support in the middle. He isn't using them. He might not need to use them. And then he scores after going past 4 challenges. And he has gone in front here. After trailing, he's turned the game on its head on the tour here at the Asian Games. But what he does have in abundance is sheer talent. He might not need the experience. Maybe the youthful exuberance as well. It's that run there was certainly youthful exuberance. Someone else might have tried to find a pass. He was just like, no, I'm going for it. I'm going to be brave here. And what a warrior he is proving to be. He's to that gold medal here in Jakarta, but still 2-1. And down the other end, oh, what a story this will be if it goes back to 2-2 now after that missed opportunity. Still Salah, good defending in the end, but still in the danger area.
Wijnaldum. And now Salah. Wijnaldum to Firmino, who dummies it. Mane finds the net and we're level again. And what a lifeline for Iran.
Well, the one thing you ask for in a final is it to be worthy of a final. The performances, the goals, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. First, Iran went in front. Then Japan came back to 1-1. Then Japan went in front. Now Iran have come back to 2-2, and it's all to play for here. And you can't go anywhere because the drama is just incredible here in the home of Indonesia here, Jakarta. And the Asian Games is really taken off here in the esports arena for this final competition. What a story we're seeing here, Andy.
Yeah, this is befitting of a final. We're into the decider and it's level right through until the end, it would seem. Surely we're going to get extra time and penalties the way we're going. What can they do then, these two fantastic players, Reza and Tsubasa, to try and stop that happening? Who can go all the way and claim victory before the 90 minutes is up with another goal in this end-to-end match between Liverpool and Arsenal, between Iran and Japan?
You'd have to say, on the balance of play, Japan have possibly carved out a couple more chances, but equally, in a positive vein of thought for Iran, they've been so he would be positive that he can, be a little bit more clinical and take home the gold medal for his country. And he's got a chance here through Santi Cazorla. Just 10 minutes remaining here, and he's got the goal, and Japan are back in front. And he again kisses the badge.
For Tsubasa and Japan to regain advantage over Iran.
The one thing we said before kickoff here was we've not really seen too much of the youngest player on the tour. But there's one thing we have learned straight away here is I've got 2 things. A, he has got tremendous talent, and B, he's got character. in abundance because he's had to deal with going behind. He's come back to be in front. He's had to deal with
You see there are barely any bodies in there because Arsenal just want to be ready for the counter-attack. Cazorla in possession. We've had an extra minute in added time as Wijnaldum goes long, and it is all over. And Japan are history makers at the first ever PES event as esports is part of the Asian Games. A first gold medal. They're the
going
best
into the competition. You'd have to say, due to the fact that they had Naoki Sugimura, or Sophia as we also know him as, on their team. But more importantly than that, right at the death, the main man to take home the gold after the first game defeat was the youngest ever player on the tour, and that was, of course,